Dear participants, welcome to this video lesson. In this session, we will explore how European Union funding works, as well as the key principles of EU programs and grant funding. Thank you for joining us. When an organization, institution, or even an informal group of people has an idea, training. How will this idea be funded? For example, a social initiative, work with young people, or an activity aimed at the development of the local community. Almost always, one key question arises: how will this idea be funded? No matter how good an idea is, without the necessary resources, it remains only an intention. This is where European Union funding comes into play. Many people have heard of EU programs, but they often do not fully understand how the system actually works. In this lesson, we will explore in detail how European Union funding works and the logic behind it. Let us begin with a completely realistic situation. Imagine a small organization in a town or village that identifies a real problem: elderly people who live alone and need support. The organization decides to take action by organizing meetings, providing assistance, and carrying out activities aimed at improving their quality of life. The idea is meaningful, useful, and necessary, but the question arises: where will the funding come from? This is where the process of searching for funding begins. The organization begins to search for information. It comes across various websites, programs, and funding opportunities. However, it quickly comes to an important realization. Not every good idea receives funding. This is the first and most important thing we need to understand. A good idea is only the beginning. This is because European Union funding is not designed to support every idea. It is designed to support specific objectives. These objectives are part of the policies of the European Union. When a project idea is aligned with the priorities of the program, European funding can help turn it into concrete activities and results. Many organizations that are new to EU funding make the same mistake. They start with their own idea and then look for funding to support it. With European Union funding, the logic is different. First, we need to understand what is eligible for funding. And only then can we determine whether our idea fits. To understand this, we need to look at how the system works. European Union funding is a tool. It is used to achieve specific objectives. First, priorities are defined. Then, programs are established. Next, calls for proposals are published. And finally, project applications are submitted. Let us look at each step in more detail. The first step is priorities. These are the main areas in which the European Union aims to achieve development. Once the priorities have been defined, programs are established. Each program has a specific objective and scope. For example, there are programs for education, youth, social activities, and innovation. These are the instruments through which funding is allocated. For example, social inclusion, education, digitalization, sustainable development. These priorities determine the direction. Next come the calls for proposals. Calls for proposals are specific funding opportunities. They describe exactly what is funded, who can apply, and under what conditions. And only then are project proposals submitted. This means that a good project idea is not enough on its own. It must find its place within a specific program and a specific call for proposals. This is exactly what we will learn to do in this course. In the following lessons, you will learn how to analyze different programs, how to read calls for proposals, and how to assess whether a specific idea has a real chance of receiving funding. Therefore, the most important skill is to recognize whether an idea is suitable for funding. This is a skill that we will develop throughout this course. In the following lessons, we will teach you how to analyze programs, how to read calls for proposals, and how to make informed decisions. In this lesson, you have seen that European Union funding follows a clear logic. It is not random, but rather part of a structured system. Remember, every project starts with a real problem. The idea must align with the priorities of the program. Funding is a means of achieving results, not an end in itself. In the next lesson, we will explore the types of European Union funding. Thank you for your attention.